1 question mark?
Wait, shit, I was
OBS
really...
is not responding. No, it's responding. There we go.
Hi,
everybody. Those of you on author, get that little tidbit.
Mm-hmm. I got all of that.
Me arguing with OBS as I do.
Gosh.
That being said, apologies for any seeming lag on my end. I honestly have only been up for the past 30 minutes. It's fine. I do that on purpose, so that way I can sleep. Why are you the way that you are?
Hey, Babble?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing today?
We are in the middle of an FPS. My brain is frying. Don't worry about it. This is Pubble Presents. We're here today with Hubby and Chicken, as it be.
Also Babble and author.
Yes. I was about to say, I'm Babble. My wonderful, absolutely amazing friend and partner in crime in this is author.
Gosh. Alright. You think I'd be used to this by now, but I'm really not.
Suffer under the fact that I carry you a lot.
Alright.
Carry you so much.
You too, bud. My gosh. So it is
that being
the
said,
Animas season.
hopping into it.
Nope.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. This is
No,
turning
you're
out
good.
terrific.
Go ahead.
So it is the Animas season.
You are having more coherent thoughts.
Okay. It is the Animas season, definitely, absolutely. And, as such, T.O.C has, they know about Animas, they've never celebrated it themselves, but, they've made a mask out of, some spare parts from, a clock that, Juniper had lying around. And they just sort of, like, rubber banded that to their head, like, yeah, that's fine. But that's sort of pushed up right now onto their, like, the top of their head, like a little platter. And that is what they're using to carry their, present into Juniper's workshop.
That's adorable.
Like a little Dr. Seuss character.
It's very soft.
Should they roll a perception to find Juniper, or is she pretty easy to see?
I mean, I think she's pretty easy to see. I don't think she takes on a lot of really big projects during the Animas season. Mostly because not a lot of people actually would want to take their big vehicles into the shop during Animas season. So,
makes sense.
But also this would be her first Animas that she actually got to celebrate like it was Animas. So I don't think that she would have taken any anyways. She is honestly probably at her desk. Doing something.
Could we say that they have basically done up the apartment and the workshop the same way that they did Halloween up? Like, just, it is absolutely obnoxious in here.
Yes and no. It's definitely obnoxious. It's worse than what you would see in the rest of Toontown, but it is nowhere near as the way it was for Halloween.
It lacks that Halloween fervor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Juniper's favorite fucking holiday is Halloween, and I apologize to Animas, but she will never be able to go as all out for Animas as she does for Halloween.
Okay. In that case, you hear the familiar at this point sound of chicken talons scraping across the workshop floor, and when you look up, there's a present with a chicken underneath it.
Oh, hi, T.O.C, hi! And she's like trying to hide what she was working on her desk, and like it's like one of those things where you see the person who is a romantic interest in those cheesy romance films trying to hide the fact that they're buying flowers
Oh, hun.
while sitting at their desk in like the most weird way possible.
Mm. It's sort of that
It's
like
that.
it's sort of that like what chocolates? There's no chocolates. Toss them out the window.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm. I mean,
Like, hi. When did you get here? When did you get here?
they I think they take their mask off and they like turn the clock hands so that uh it shows the correct time, like, yeah, just now.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
They point at the present, which is indeed up. It's on top of their head.
All right. Hmm. Quick, Juniper, think of a line.
I think they signed I can come back later.
Um, it's fine. I mean, it's great. I'm having a grand time. But, you know, would you, do you want to go get cozy on the couch? I put a bunch of blankets there. It's like, I thought that we could watch a movie tonight for Animas, because that'd be fun.
They brighten.
Like, really
Yeah.
cheesy old movies for Animas that I heard were good.
Yeah, they
You
nod.
wanna
Like, yeah, that
go
sounds.
do that?
They start to sign yes, and they're like, oh wait, she's not done. And then they start to sign yes, and then she's like, well, okay. And then they're just like, nod, which actually probably almost dislodges the present, and they have to like fumble for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're down to go and wait for me, then I'll finish what I'm doing here, which is definitely not all that important at all. Fine. And I'll join you, and I'll make some hot cocoa, and then we can sit down. It would be great if we can. There's so many blankets. She's so excited about the blankets.
Can they roll?
I have so many new blankets.
Can they roll a perception check?
You can't. What are you looking for?
They want to see what's on the desk. They're smaller than it, so I am okay with doing this at disadvantage. But
Please do. Oh, I forgot Grand Chicken had that perception.
18.
Oh no. She okay. She's trying her damn best to hide it, You see the wrapping paper at the very least. That's like sort of in front of what she's doing, and it's Animas themed.
Ah. Okay, so she's working on someone's present. Okay, they'll let her be in peace. They'll go and hop up on the sofa, I guess.
Thank you. I love you. I'll be up there in a minute.
Yeah,
and she's absolutely just kind of crawling on the fucking thing to make sure they can't see.
Yeah, they pop back into the door frame to sign "I love you too," and then they leave.
Like, I imagine she had her entire body basically on top of her desk when they did that, and she puppy tail wiggles when they said it, or signed it.
A+ scene. Fantastic. We've done such a good job.
Dumb ass puppy.
Gosh.
Oh, man. Alright, Juniper, hold on. Just a second. Where's your shit? Where's all of your things? Efficiencies. That's what I wanted. You fucking would have that. The fuck? Okay, that's a 9. I'm going to give her advantage. Because fuck you. That's 13. It takes her a few minutes longer than she intended, but she's doing it. And eventually she comes back with a box wrapped in that same Animas-themed wrapping paper. She sets it down on the counter first, she makes the cocoa, brings some over.
Actually, I think that if she took a bit, they probably started to make the cocoa just so it could be, like, hot and ready for her when she was ready.
How much you want to bet she made a second thing of it and then realized that there was some on the counter already waiting for her? She's just like, shit. And then she puts down the one that she made and goes to the one that T.O.C made.
Oh, say again, sorry?
Like, I imagine she puts down the one that she made, it puts it in the microwave so that it's still warm when she finishes the one that T.O.C made. And she grabs the one that T.O.C made for her, and then she goes over to the couch.
Yeah. And I imagine that T.O.C knows her cocoa preferences by now, and it is made to specifications.
I perish under soft.
T.O.C has, like, they appear to be having a stare down with theirs. Like, they're just sort of, like, glaring at the whipped cream, as if the whipped cream has offered a personal insult. But they brighten when they see her.
I think upon seeing that, she jokingly asked, like, what crimes has the whipped cream committed?
They sign, I chalk a lot of them. Perhaps that... No.
She is... like, wait, what?
You're not sure how they're doing puns in sign language, but they are.
I think when she gets it, she's just... there is that cackle, that laugh of pure dumbassery.
They brighten, because even if it wasn't a great joke, it still got her to laugh, and that's really all they need at the end of the day.
Listen, she laughs at, like, the weirdest shit.
Gosh.
She laughs at TJ Moves' jokes because she thinks that they're funny as shit.
Gosh.
Oh, man. Just, I hold himself.
Yeah, and I think T.O.C, like, the present has been discarded on the table, but they will pick it up and offer it to her. The one that they made, not the one that she brought in.
Yeah. And Juniper very gently places the one that she made on top of their head.
Just a long
very much
moment.
so trying to balance it.
Just a long moment of like, okay, this is what we're doing now, huh?
She has that doggo blep and the dumbest puppy eyes as she's doing it.
They just maintain eye contact.
You can balance hers on her nose.
I feel like I should roll to see if they actually can.
Go for it.
Alright, that would be just a straight dex check.
I think so, yeah.
Alright. A dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. I think that does it.
Yeah, you now have a present on your nose.
I love these goobers so much.
I think there's just a second where like T.O.C's like grave expression, but a present on their head, and like she's cross-eyed trying to look at the present.
That is exactly how it be.
Gosh.
I love them. They think eventually Juniper makes her nose like go up, and it does a little flip, and then she grabs it with her mouth by the ribbon, and then she puts it in her hand. And she is very much so puppy eyes. And Doggo tail wiggle through the blankets.
Gosh.
But she wants T.O.C to open theirs first.
Okay. They consider their present. They've never gotten a present before. And they hold it very gently. And then they they grip the edge of the wrapping paper with their beak. And then there's just a flurry of movement. Like if you've ever seen a chicken like destroy anything, you know exactly what I mean. And like when the dust settles, they are holding whatever it is completely untouched, but there's this little like scraps of wrapping paper all around.
Yes, good.
Gosh.
Well, the first thing that T.O.C sees is a new sweater vest.
Oh boy.
Actually, two of them.
Oh shit. They
One of them is nice in the fact that like it's just like your normal Animas theme with like a very subtle pattern. The other one is absolutely fucking atrocious.
They immediately put on the atrocious one.
Yes! So, like, it literally looks like Animas threw up on this fucking sweater vest.
Like,
There's, like, lights on it and everything.
oh my god.
It is an ugly Animas sweater.
They look so fucking delighted. They have 3 whole sweater vests now. They have 3 pieces of clothing.
Yes! And there will be more on the way because she loves them.
Yeah, they just like they make like a warbly little like please chicken noise at her, just like this is so good, thank you so much, I love it. Is it supposed to sparkle and blink? I think there's lights.
Yes, it is definitely supposed to do that.
Gosh. They just
You hear also though, as you pull out the sweater vest, like put one of them on, a thunk on the blankets.
I mean, they will look towards the thunk.
There is a pocket watch with a chicken engraved on it.
Oh.
The puppy and the chicken.
They will pick it up.
One sec. Sorry about that. Brother's mom came home, and I locked the door on accident.
No worries.
But yeah, when T.O.C. picks it up, it is very much so clockwork themed.
Gosh, they sober a little bit, and they look up at her with this sort of like, because you know that time has shaped their life. You know that time means an awful lot to them. And they just hold it very close to their the front of their body, and they sign thank you.
Yeah. You are very welcome. That may or may not have been what I was trying to hide from you downstairs. I'm sorry.
They reach over and they preen her arm a little bit, like, you're fine, you're fine.
If you look, like, where the face is, there's big windows so that you can see the clockwork on the inside of it and how it works and it moves. And it's really cool. But also, that's not all it can do, because it can cast mending twice a day.
Oh shit, you gave the chicken magic!
It did.
Oh shit, Babble. They've never had magic before. They just, like, they look up at you like, oh my god. Holy shit. Ah.
Her tail is, I would say it was a propeller.
God.
But it's underneath the blankets. So it's as much of a propeller as it can get for being under blankets.
Yeah, they, like, I think that they set all of the things very carefully down, and they, like, basically tackle her. Like, just, like, big fluffy hug, and, like, they, like, they sort of, like, run their beak a little bit over, like, the side of her head. Like, I don't know how to, like, quite to put it, but, like, just, like, it's meant affectionately.
Yes, good. Chicken nuzzles.
And then they they actually stopped because that was a little bit more intense than preening. That was and they dropped back down and like shuffled their wings like, okay, all right, I sure did that, huh?
Let me see how Juniper's handling that. Hold on.
That's a 1, huh?
That's a nat fucking 1.
Holy, okay.
I don't. Okay, so she was white. Bruh, she's red.
Uh, oh no. Have
She
they?
went from a white and gray puppy to like a cherry red or a deep wine red
God,
and black.
they like I. This is not about to make it better, but they look alarmed and they hold her face very gently by the jaw and it's just like, "Are you okay? You look a little bit sick suddenly."
She just slowly nods her head.
All right.
I'm okay. It was a very warm hug.
Okay, I apologize if I startled you. I didn't mean it.
No, you're good. You're good. You didn't startle me.
Mm.
That's a lie. You didn't startle me. I just a little overheating, a bit maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Do they have advantage?
I have advantage.
21.
I don't know how you want to handle this, but like,
I mean,
smitten puppy is basically what T.O.C has on their hands.
well, they definitely get that she's not overheating, but she was telling the truth when she was sick. Huh? They're really not sure what to make of this. I think that they just like, for lack of a better, option here, they just sort of like they give her like a gentle, like almost like a little head bonk, and they uh just settle down and continue to look a little bit worried.
I don't think there's anything that Juniper can do to like make T.O.C feel better about it, because she doesn't want to admit it yet. um, she is going to look over at her gift now, though, and point to it, and then point to her with big puppy eyes.
Yeah, they sort of like Will Smith hands at it like, yes, indeed.
she she looks at it, and then she unwraps the bow, but she takes her time with the wrapping paper.
T.O.C will sit here and try not to look impatient.
I don't know what you would roll for impatience, but you want to do a roll for that?
Sure. I guess a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. Let me roll sleight of hand to see how well she's doing with that.
Okay, 20. But, they are very good at waiting. Oh
It's a
boy.
5. It's 5. It's taking her a minute.
I think part of it is that they've never wrapped a present before and they use way too much tape. So like you're part of it is like you've got big puppy hands and you're looking for like an edge that you can start off with. And also you don't know what's inside, so you don't want to break it.
Yeah. I think she also went to the groomers, which is why, like, I imagine for this, her fur is shorter.
Hmm.
And hey, her chest isn't as fucking huge.
Hmm.
But that also means, though, that her nails are not as sharp.
E. Yeah, but it's you do eventually get it. And what you see before you is a book of sheet music. For the piano specifically. And um it's definitely, Einquellian. Like this is a very specific type of piano music that's got a little like there's some country songs, but also like sort of some more upbeat, up tempo stuff, like very much like the sort of music that you played for them in the diner. Do you open it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna roll her a history to see if she knows any of these songs. That's a 27.
Yeah, it's like these are all like a lot of them are from the era that like she was younger and like paying attention to music. A lot of them are like there's some DJ Move stuff in there. Not a whole bunch because like it's not like a DJ Moose compendium, but like you know, like this is
Yee.
um how do I want to put it? Like if you think about like giving like the stereotypical dad like a book full of classic rock songs, like they have aspired to match her, her era, her genre.
Oh man. Oh man.
But there's more
Fuck.
because as you open it up, you see that it is full of pressed flowers. There's zinnia, there's pansy, there's eucalyptus. There is roses in sort of a blush color. There's cornflower. There's honeysuckle, and there is ivy and dahlia. And there's far more than that, but those are the ones that you're able to discern because I'll say with that history you recognize the flowers. And if you want, I can tell you the names for them or the meanings for them.
I think for the audience, go ahead.
All right. Zinnia for everlasting friendship. Pansy for a friend you think of often. Eucalyptus for protection and to strengthen the bond of a friendship so that it may last throughout the years. Blush roses for a blossoming romance. Cornflower for hope in love. And honeysuckle for devoted affection. Ivy for fidelity. And dahlia for commitment and eternal love. And yes, I did have those written down.
I am just sitting here. I am just sitting here, man.
And when she looks back up, T.O.C. is just, blithe affection, chicken as usual. Like, they're very much hoping that she'll like it. That's an unnatural one, folks.
When she looks up, she has the most. Like, you know how in some cartoons, when the person will look up and they got like the eyes are round, but like they're also wobbly,
Oh
kind of
no!
round. They look like water bubbles. It's that.
God, T.O.C's just like,
It's
shit.
that.
T.O.C's just like, shit, alright. And they go in for another hug, like, fuck, they fucked up, huh? Alright.
She's now just wobbly eyed, wobbly mouthed, crying. Like, I love it so much.
Mm. They just
She
like,
does say that.
they just pat her back reassuringly and like, rest their head against the side of hers, just like, they're there. Sorry.
She loves it so freaking much. These are happy tears. They are very much so happy tears. She is just a very emotional puppy.
God. They, I think that they just like take a second to just like, big hug.
Juniper is absolutely hugging back and is just very soft puppy still.
Mm.
Difference is that the groomers used a lot more conditioner than she usually does,
Mm. They got
and
all
a
the
different
mats out.
brand that was actually meant for her fur.
Nice.
So she is super fucking soft.
Mm. They actually, I don't know that they're going to say it now, but at some point they're just like, oh, he's very fluffy.
Very fluffy. Fluffy puppy.
Indeed. And they pull back and they wipe away some tears with their wings and they go, I really didn't mean to make you cry.
They're happy tears, I promise.
Mm.
I love it.
Good. It,
Uh,
they like shuffle their wings and they go, I had to be pretty careful with, moving the flowers. I've been working on pressing them throughout the summer and the fall, but I thought that they would be better in the music.
she she's very gentle when she closes the book, quite like she is holding something extremely fragile, which technically it is, but also
Mm,
giant puppy hands
gosh.
and very strong puppy grandma. And she holds the book close to her chest, and she's just. You can hear the thump of her tail going still.
Mm. Honestly, I think they just like lean against her and just sort of like bask in the fact that she's happy. Cause like this maybe isn't the first gift that they've given, but like it's in the single digits still. They're not accomplished at this yet.
You're doing great, sweetheart. You're
Oh,
doing great.
like it's when she looks back down at them, they're just sort of like they're just looking at her just like, yeah, I like this person very much.
There is even more puppy tail wiggles because when she looks at them, there is just overwhelming affection.
Mm, Jesus, these two.
It's about the pining
Mhm. Mhm.
and the soft.
Actually, you know what I'm going to roll?
Hmm.
see. This would be... I suppose it could be an insight. It's not on Juniper. Fuck. That would be
That's
not
a
20,
nat
folks.
20!
Okay. T.O.C blinks, and they sort of like... they consider something. They go, excuse me, I'll be right back. And
Oh, okay.
and then they walk out of the room to another part of the house. And then later they come back. Just a minute or two.
Alright.
Mhm.
I think Juniper's gotten the movie set up and everything. And she's waiting very excitedly. But she is going to roll insight when T.O.C comes back. And Juniper, my beloved, God, you do still have a -2 on insight.
But she does have advantage.
Alright. So that first one's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a -1. I will take 12.
You will take the 12. It's, it definitely seems like they realized something, and then they left the room. Like, there was definitely a cause and effect there. Like, they had some sort of thought. They didn't look upset when they left. They look maybe a teensy bit haggard coming back, but, they hop up on the sofa, like, sort of leaning against her side, and they look back up, just like, they just give her, a happy little look.
Juniper, the absolute idiot that she is. Just the dumbest smile.
Yup.
I made you some more hot chocolate with, maybe a little less whipped cream so that way it doesn't offend your entire bloodline. And she means that as a joke.
Yeah, they accept the hot chocolate, and they give it sort of a penetrating look, like, But no, they drink it.
It's probably not as great as when T.O.C makes it, but she definitely has, she does know their taste by now, and she does a hell of a lot better with hot chocolate than she does with anything that has to do with the oven.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's basically it's chocolate, and they're one of those people who likes a little bit of like chili pepper in it. Like it's literally just that.
Yeah, she probably has like some ground up chili pepper in the fridge for occasions like this.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for like movies that they're watching? Because I do, but also if like maybe there's an Animas movie I'm not aware of.
Honestly, there's like some horror themed Animas movies that I can think of, like God, say an invasion.
I mean, maybe they watch like a horror Animus and then a nice Animus.
Yeah.
Like the first one is the one that you do, and then they do one called It's a Wonderful Knife. Which is about someone who finds the true meaning of Christmas through the magic of alternate universes and cutlery.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
It's not a holiday if there's not sharp things.
I also imagine like there's one of those cheesy Hallmark romantic comedies.
I will say, like, because we have to. Like, we're legally obligated. When they're watching the horror one, there's one where they both jump and like go towards each other, and then they're just sitting a little bit closer than before.
I'm gonna roll a con to see how well Juniper is handling the horror one. See how tightly she's holding on to T.O.C. That's a 15.
Actually, I should do the same. Con. Okay, their con is actually really good. 20. Yeah, they've lived this shit. This is fine.
I feel like Juniper finds the Saiyans a little creepy.
Yeah, they like. No, you know what it is they do? You know that thing where like you start heckling the movie to make it less scary?
Yeah. Is that what T.O.C's doing?
Yeah, like they're just like, oh, for goodness sake, I'm scarier than that. Look at that. Is that doesn't even look like ketchup. That looks like chocolate syrup.
I think by the end of it, Juniper is giggling for the most part with like puppy tail pumpy wiggles.
This is goal accomplished. Gosh.
And if there's another movie, like one of the older classics, like, I don't know, for like the fourth one? What's a good R name? I don't fucking know.
Our name? I mean...
Yeah.
Randall? Reginald? Redelphius?
Reginald the Red-Nosed Crow.
Jesus Christ.
Reginald the Red-Nosed Crow.
We made it there, folks.
Reginald the Red-Nosed Animas Crow.
God. Yeah, TFC is just like they actually I'm gonna say they have a picture of the crew's crew tilted away from Juniper so that she there's no way that she can see the picture of Jackie, and they just like look between the actor that plays Reginald and William, and Reginald and William, and they're just like, all right.
I love it so much. Oh my god. I actually, hold on. I'm gonna roll another one. Another con. Not for, like, fear or anything. That's 15. She's had a good day. I'm gonna roll it with disadvantage. That's still a 15. Fuck you. Puppy Grandma is slowly falling asleep. Like, she's doing that thing that some puppies do, where it's like her head is kind of like going forward, and then she jolts up, trying to stay awake.
Yeah, they like. God. I will also say that in the nuts and bolts, Magic has written, "You've heard of Reginald and Reginald, Reginald and Reginald, Reginald and Reginald, Reginald and Reginald. But do you know the most famous crow of all? Reginald!"
I'm crying.
God. We're just like, there's got a way to get that in meters so that you can actually sing it with the tune. But yeah, thank you, Magic. You madman.
Thank you, Magic, for blessing this chat.
Yes.
In this FPS. Oh god. I'm crying. Tears of joy.
God,
I love this so much. I love you guys.
we love you too. Gosh. But yeah, it like I think that T.O.C. like actually climbs up and like walks around on her lap, like basically tucking her in, and then like they curl up next to her, or like no, you know what? They like you know that thing that cats do where they just sort of like walk into where they want you to cuddle them and just be like, here I am.
Yes.
And they just curl
Oh
up in her
man.
arms.
Juniper just lays down slowly because, like, I imagine, like, she has not had her nap today.
Mm.
And she's 75. She's an old puppy. For as much energy as she usually has, she does need her naps to maintain that energy.
Mm. Yeah. T.O.C. just
And, like,
stretches their neck out so that they can like they've got their head on her shoulder.
Juniper very gently cuddles T.O.C. close to her,
Mm.
uh, pulling the covers over the both of them. I think she's going to give them a big puppy kiss on the side of their face. Very gentle, also making sure to avoid the eyes.
Mm.
And she'll just smile at them tiredly. It's a silent I love you.
Mm. They uh they look very bashful, and they they do the same thing that they did earlier, where they just run their beak over uh the side of her face. And I think that we sort of end it there with them sort of drifting off. I do have a little bit of an epilogue, if you're up for it, but
Go for it.
earlier, we return to that natural 20 insight that T.O.C. did. Total 27. Not on Juniper, on them. And they excuse themselves, and they walk. They actually they walk out of the room, and then they go up the stairs onto their roof garden, and they just sort of stand there in the cold air, and they look out onto this haven that Juniper made for them. That Juniper, she let them into her home, and they helped them accomplish the one thing that they needed to truly feel like they belonged there. And they think back to Halloween, and seeing her being so exuberant, and they think back to Pubble Pains and seeing her on the ground and how much it hurt to see her hurt. And they think back to the very first evening they spent together, where they just comforted each other, and it was okay, and everything felt like it was going to be okay. And they look down at their little chicken wings, which are serviceable for what they use them for, but not made for, well, not made for anything that they do use them for. They are just a chicken, and that's all they are. They are just a chicken. And they allow themselves a moment to just think of this. Think of all the reasons why they can't tell Juniper that they love her. And then they pick themselves up and they ruffle their wings, and they go back downstairs to spend the rest of a wonderful day with Juniper. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Have a wonderful holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Animas and everything else.
And to all a good night.
Bye-bye!
Bye!